Hello, I thought I'd make this video as it's a month before I go, which is so exciting. It's officially the 13th of May and I thought I'd just give you a video on how I applied for this programme for anyone that wants to go to next year, because it can be quite daunting when you think about it, but it was super easy. So I did it with a company through Yummy Jobs, and basically I went online, I did a bit of a Google after I came back from Disneyland Paris, and I was like, I want to work in a theme park for the summer. So I remember Googling all around, seeing what programs were available for the summer, where I could go, what I could do. I'd never been to America. I was like, oh, wouldn't it be really cool to go and work in America, see it for the first time? And that's when I stumbled upon the page Yummy Jobs, and I had a look. I saw the Disney program, but then I saw the Universal program, and as a massive Harry Potter fan, and as everyone knows, that was the choice for me. So I put my application in. It asks for your CV, a cover note, and just a little bit about yourself. You filled in a few details just for them to see. That sounds more daunting than it is. The CV, I literally just uploaded my LinkedIn CV. It wasn't anything fancy, it was just the stuff I'd been doing already. And the cover note was pretty much just a summary of who I was, what I enjoyed. I mentioned a bit about the things I enjoy, why I wanted to work there, and just a summary of why you applied and why you think you'd be good for the programme. It wasn't anything fancy, didn't take long. Submitted it, honestly completely forgot about it, didn't even look back, kind of just said, oh, there's no chance of that. You know, when you apply for stuff and you're just like, yeah, there's no chance I'm getting into that. It's nice to dream, but yeah, not gonna happen. And then I got an email back to say I was invited to a pre-screen interview, and oh my days, the excitement I had finding out about that I was jumping around. I was like, I've got to the next step, I've got to the next step. So then reality kicks in. I remember sitting down to my parents and being like, oh, so this application I made, it actually went through and we've made progress, and can you find this money soon, or can we find this somehow, and can I actually do this before I go with the interview? And we sat down and we worked it out, and we're like, yeah, this can actually happen. We can do this summer. It's possible. Obviously with me working hard, but it could work. And so I went to the interview, and massive shout out to Kirsty. Kirsty's the loveliest woman alive. Honestly, it was such an easy interview. I joined the call and she was nothing but friendly. She just asked loads of questions about life. Didn't feel like an interview at all, just felt like a chat, and just spoke about where I'd want to be at Universal, what I know about Universal, just the weather, the conditions, the animals, which looks amazing, and just, yeah, just more about me, it was quite good, and just jobs she'd done before that linked to the programme, and just little stuff like that. But not a single time did I sit there and get anxious or anything. I remember before I was so nervous, and I was messing with my laptop, just making sure all the lighting was right, everything was perfect. But the second I was in the call, I didn't even think about it. And when I ended the call, I remember calling my mum and just saying how wonderful it all was, and saying to my family how good it went and how I was quite confident on how I felt, and hoping that I'd get through to the next section. And it took a few couple of weeks, and it was a good while before they replied. I remember thinking, I've scuppered it. What have I done? Have I said something wrong in the interview? Is it something like that? And then the email came through to say I was accepted, and it was wonderful. And we had another interview then programmed, which was with Universal. So this was an online pre-recorded almost interview, so you had to record yourself answering the questions and hand it in. Easy questions, just why you want to do the programme, why you're fit for the programme, the usual stuff you think from a job interview, except obviously it's getting sent to Universal. And once that was handed in, a couple of weeks later, and I got the email to say it was all gone through and that I was officially going to Universal as part of Yummy Jobs. And it was surreal. I remember I was sat in my in the KPA, which is our local pub really, after my chemistry exam, and we were sitting there just talking. We were just having a nice celebration after getting quite a few big assignments in. We're like, we're gonna go for a nice drink, and the email popped up and I pretty much burst into tears. I went outside. I was like, I can't see people see me crying over this. Ran outside, called my parents straight away. I was like, I'm in, I'm doing it this summer. There's so much happiness. They're at the same time being like, so, but the chemistry exam, that went well. Like, yes. And I'm going to America. Went back in again. All of my friends were so happy and supportive, asking loads of questions, getting really excited for me. It was such a lovely moment, and it just didn't feel real. And I don't think it sunk in for weeks. It was only really when I think I started the TikTok page as like a confidence boost, get to know people, get out there a bit more, that I kind of just sunk in. I was like, I'm going to America this summer, this is real. And it's just wonderful to think about. So after that, it was more lots of different forms to sign, different payments, getting things sorted. Obviously, you have medical insurance in America, which is surreal to me to think about, but you have to think about stuff like that and just getting the fine-tuned things sorted. We had our visa appointment last Friday, which went really well. Really easy, surprisingly easy. When you think of a visa, you don't think it's gonna be easy, but we got there into the London embassy. I'd say it's gonna take about an hour, if even that. I just went through all the different stages, all signed off, all ready to go, and just waiting my passport back. So it's pretty much ready to go after that. I've got most of my stuff packed. I'm very prepared. But I knew I'd be getting back from uni pretty late because my exams end of May, start of June. So I was like, I don't know when I'm going to get home to pack my bags. So they've been packing, lots of clothes orders, lots of different things getting ready. But yeah, all okay to go. But honestly, I can't praise Yummy Jobs enough for their support in this. A lot of the time I was very lost on what was going on, how to do it, and no matter what, they'd turn around and explain everything to you. It'd be, if you're stuck on something in the visas, they'd email you extra information, they'd give you step-by-step guides. And especially when I'm applying, they always kept you updated. If you were in an application, you got through to the next stage, you get an email, but also if there was more information you needed to fill in, they'd always update you with different stuff as well to help you fill it in. Thank you so much for watching. I'll keep you updated on any more news and information before I do go, but the next time I see you may be on the way to Florida, so see you soon.